Across the world, Mazda recommends everything from 0W-20 to 10W-30 for my wife's CX-5. Today I'm going to explain why I stopped using what's recommended for the US, even though that's where I live. And I'm going to clean my wife's mess enough to install some new floor mats. I wanted to do more, but I encountered stuff like this. So let's knock out that oil change.
I absolutely love these Fumoto valves. It's been on this car for over 130,000 miles, but I don't know if you can see, I'm getting a little seepage, definitely not from above, so I'm gonna drain the oil and I might be replacing this today. Matter of fact, if I'm taking this off, I should just take it off. It did come off kind of easy. And I am a lucky bastard because I actually have a drain plug that is brand new that will fit. I think what happened was that I didn't tighten it enough. Since I'm down here, my gloves are already dirty. Let's see if I can get this off. And I'll just let this drain while I go pick up the new oil. Yes, I know there are ways to not get oil all over your hands, but my gloves are already oily. This hasn't been removed in a long time. And there's a bit still on the pan. All right, I think that does it. I feel like this thing would drain forever if I let it, but I did not warm the car up before draining it, so it's gonna take a little longer. So here's the new plug. The manual says 25 to 30 foot-pounds. I'm gonna give it 28. Use a little bit of this oil to put on the lip of the new oil filter, like this here. One final wipe, even though it does look clean.
Lip up.
Right, touch. And that should do it. And I switched to 5W30 for this oil change. Even though the US calls for 0W20, I decided to go to 30. I actually was debating between 0.30 and 5.30, but 5.30 should be okay. We don't get that cold here. It came to my attention recently that 0W20 wasn't the only recommended oil for my CX-5. Well, in the US it is, but apparently in Mexico, 5W30 is recommended with 5W20 as the backup. Is our market the odd man out because of CAFE standards or CAFE standards? I don't know. I did more research and found that for Europe and Taiwan, they list both 0W20 and 5W30 as recommended oils. Elsewhere, they have yet different recommendations, but it looks like this is a difference in oil standards and not viscosities. But in another place, it showed even more viscosities. I wonder what is recommended in Japan, as that's where the car was born. Well, the Japanese manual lists both as well. I had to translate it. This was enough for me to feel good about putting either in ours. Then, I thought about our driving habits. We both work from home now, and most of our drives are short, less than 10 minutes. So oil dilution is a concern. Brief drives don't allow the oil to get hot enough for long enough to burn off water and fuel to get to the crankcase as the engine heats up. So, 5W30 seems to be the better choice. It has a higher viscosity at operating temp and is a better buffer against decreased viscosity as the oil gets diluted. So, for the first time, I'm using 5W30. It's also worth noting that these charts are related to the oil temperature when cold. The operating temperature of most engines is around 100C or 212F, and those temperatures are off the chart. So 4.4 quarts. A new habit that I hope to keep up is doing a tire rotation at each oil change. So I move the fronts to the rear and move the rears to the front on the opposite side. It was then time to torque the wheels down, sit the car down, and give it back to my wife. And it was around this time that Yita Motor contacted me and said, "Hey, do you want to try some of our floor mats?" And I know they hadn't seen my wife's car, but we definitely needed them. When they showed up though, I wasn't ready to install them because my wife's car was a mess. So let me show you how my wife lives. So we have these WeatherTechs in the front. These are going to be getting replaced.
and they have never been vacuumed off or removed since we installed it. She loves coffee, and she has a habit of leaving this. Various nursing things, shoes and whatnot. And you can see she likes horror movies too. Look at that. I'm gonna see what we can do about that. I don't know how far we'll get today, but we're also gonna try and organize it a bit. The back seat sees less action, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't get dirty. This is gonna be interesting. It has never been detailed. And the back is kitted out for a sports emergency. She has basketballs, soccer balls, volleyballs, my cleats, tennis rackets, cones, frisbee golf discs, her cleats, chairs. I could go on, but you get the idea. And it all has to come out. Got a trash bag and some gloves. Let's get started. This console sees a lot of action, so let's start there. This charger cable is about 5 times longer than she needs. First pass will be just getting everything out of the car, and then we'll see what kind of canvas we're working with. I'm not even gonna deal with the center console. I'm gonna throw these away. If you get mad, babe, I'm sorry, but they're gone. What is this? Ew, I think I found some old candy. That is something that I don't eat. So I don't know who put this over here. It's nasty. All right, some of this stuff is useful, but what is all this stuff in here? A whole chip. Almost a whole pretzel. And finally, the trunk. I should have gave myself a week instead of a day. All right, with everything out of the car, I think I'm gonna take out any floor mats and then vacuum. Ah. Okay, I may need another tool. I don't think I have a brush attachment for my vacuum. The vacuum sucks well enough. I mean, it's a decent shop vac, but this stuff here needs some agitation. I'm just gonna call this the first pass because it has taken longer than I thought it should. This is not as bad as the other side. Okay, I got this a lot cleaner. Let's go to the back. All right, that looks decent. One more side to go and then I can throw in the new mats. I know she doesn't think it's this dirty back here. All right, this is decently clean as well. Yeah, this is not gonna be something I finish today because I haven't even started on the trunk. Yeah, I don't think she knows it's this messy. This is taking much longer than it would have if we had a cover in here. So this is turf. My wife coaches on artificial turf a lot, and it's getting stuck in the fibers of the carpet. So I'm having to agitate it before it can suck it up. And yeah, once I get them all up, if they haven't sent me a cover for the trunk, I'm definitely gonna buy one. I'm gonna have to stop because I need to eat and I need to work out. I know I've said it already, but I did not expect this to be the ordeal that it was. I thought, take everything out, give it a good vacuum, throw some new floor mats on, but nah, this is a much larger endeavor than I first thought. I mean, the trunk doesn't look bad, but this is not the finished product I was looking for. Even though I'm not gonna finish cleaning the car, I am gonna put the new floor mats in. Yo, so this is the back seat. Passenger side. Wait a minute, is this actually the trunk? Yo, I got the trunk. This is the driver's side. This is actually really nice. So yeah, the front seats and the back seats laid out. Pretty nice. Let's put them in and see what they look like. All right, let's see how this fits. It actually fits perfect, but it doesn't cover as much as the WeatherTech. Passenger side front going in. They snap in nicely, but they don't have as much coverage as the WeatherTechs. For my wife's car, I think it matters, but for my car, I don't think it would. But the fit is really good. I was really impressed with how the rear fit because there's lots of turns, crevices, and corners to get around, and it fit perfect. The one I'm most excited about is the rear here. Let's see. The fit front to back is pretty good. Even has a little, oh, I see, hold on. So I think it is designed so that you can lift this. So the crease lines up with where this bends. That's nice. I was gonna say that it would have been cool if they included this section as well. There's one on both sides. But I'm not mad because I won't have to deal with cleaning up all the turf in this center section. Dealing with that and that isn't gonna be bad at all. But they actually do sell 2 sets of mats that include those little corners in the trunk. I just didn't know to ask for it. And I expect this to lay down after it's had some weight on it for a while. It was folded up in the package, but that's not bad. A definite upgrade for us. Overall, the fit is really good. I can't speak to their durability yet, but check back in. I'll be happy to update you. It's nice that we now have coverage for the front, the rear, and the trunk. My only gripe is that the front mats don't have a lip all the way around like the old WeatherTechs. The rears do though, and it looks like the other version of the trunk liner does as well. It doesn't need to have a big lip, just a lip. But for what I could order a full set for, I don't know if I could justify paying more for an equivalent WeatherTech set. I guess I could mix and match though. So check out the Yita Motor store on Amazon, as they sell more than just floor mats. I'll put some links in the description. If you'd like to see how we continue to maintain our Mazda CX-5, hit subscribe. If you'd like to see the other things we've done to it, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.